Hello, everybody, and welcome to Open My Podcast with DJ Amme. Today's guest is fearless pirate queen of the high seas, the amazing Package Punch. So, thanks much for doing this. Uh, this is Package Punch. For those of you who don't know, she's an awesome streamer. She usually goes and streams within the Sea of Thieves community. Uh,
Yes.
can you tell everybody about yourself?
I am just a weird girl who escapes with video games. I started streaming to make friends. So I am a single mom who had no friends. I was gaming on my own, just to talk to grown-ups. And then I started streaming and making friends, and now it's kind of like I'm hooked a little bit. But outside of streaming, I'm a total hippie that loves metal music, so I would rather spend my time if I'm not gaming, you'll catch me hugging some trees or moshing at a metal show.
Nice. So one one of the last people that I interviewed actually recommended you, and that's why I was coming into your streams afterwards, and I thought it was hilarious coming into your streams with such an energy and so much fun. I actually stayed quite a long time, especially after I came in and started to see what you were doing, the way that you did it, and especially when I started rating you, your way of recognizing the raiders is phenomenal. I think it's fucking amazing. Uh,
Thank you so much.
the way that you do your kind of your trailer for everybody who is coming in, it's amazing. I think it's should be a kind of a manual for everybody who wants to do this kind of work or do this
Mhm,
kind of entertainment. It
mhm.
should be kind of like a rule about how
Yes.
to do it.
Mhm. I
Can you
agree.
tell talk about can you talk about it a little bit?
Yeah,
Your
so
trailer, for example.
I started we made the trailer just because I think when you get a raid, it's really hard to show those raiders who you are in a very short period before they start dropping off.
Yeah,
Um and we might be, especially my stream specifically, the stream varies. So there'll be moments of really intense PvP moments where I'm really focused, but I think most of my community stays for the laughs and the shenanigans. So I really like to highlight that. So I made the video just so that we could show the fun side of what my community is based off of. Like, I want to be a good player, I want to be good at the game, but I really want my community to be just a bunch of weird goobers that have a good time together. Um, so I think by displaying the video, it makes it to where people see who I am really quickly. So even if I'm in this really intense PvP or a really dull moment, you still get to see kind of my personality. And that's what I was really going for. And I do think I do think streamers should do something like that. I think I would love raid videos every time I go into somebody else's raid just to kind of get a little peek of who they are, and what kind of content you can expect from their channel.
yeah. It's really important, and one of the reasons why I started this podcast is to uh, kind of make sure to have a possibility to learn from each other. The way that everybody is have something that people are getting stuck to, and why is that the reason? Is there
Mhm.
anything special that means to them, or is there anything that makes them if they're exceptionally great at playing a specific game, that's one thing. But is there any other form of entertainment that will make people stay and actually be a part of a community that will make them want to stay and want to spend even the only thing that they actually don't have to pay for stuff to be there. The
Yes.
only thing that they are actually paying with is their time, and
Hmm.
that is if a lot of people who are starting to stream, if they realize that time is very special to people who are streaming,
Yes.
and especially for new streamers who are very often not talking to anybody because they're starting off, especially on Twitch. It's really starting hard to start off with a. It's a kind of a learning curve, right?
Very much so, yeah.
So, how did you start your journey when it comes to streaming? Why did you start streaming?
So I started streaming because the people I met on the game were like, "Oh, you should stream."
Okay,
Because I just have a big personality. Um, I was really, really shy to start off streaming. So I at the time I was a console player. I didn't have a PC, didn't have a camera. So was like, okay, I'll just give it a shot. And we started streaming on console and I loved it. I loved being able to be myself to strangers and being accepted. And then eventually I upgraded and built my self confidence up to do a camera. And then your stream just kind of keeps going. And I think that's something I really would like beginner streamers to really understand is that we're all scared to start streaming. The worst thing you could do is not take a shot. Just try and then really be yourself. People will flock to you if you just show your personality. If you are in your shell and you don't want to talk to people, streaming's not going to be the right thing for you. You have to be able to just let who you are shine. Pretend that nobody's watching, as silly as that sounds.
yeah,
Um, and all of the things that I was so insecure about, the community that found me, I didn't even make this community. These are people that found me that have embraced me. They love those things that I'm so insecure about, which is my laugh, the way I look, the way I speak, how vulgar I am. But my community loves it. And it really, I think it does a lot of good when you just embrace who you are while streaming.
yeah. One of the things that actually kind of hit me was your laughter. It's so contagious. Oh my god! Every time I was in there, it's like you just need one moment, and then
Uh
it
huh.
all falls apart.
Yes.
And I kind of find myself sitting there and laughing with you guys because
You're
you
gonna
have
get me
so
going.
much fun. And that's also one of the reasons that many people are actually staying, especially
Mhm.
my folks that are staying within your chat and having a lot of fun, then coming back to my stream day after and laughing about it hard, like 15 minutes at a time. So uh,
um,
it's really interesting how some people are having that moment without
mhm.
any hesitations, without any limitations, uh, getting through to that through your stream and having so much fun, actually making everybody stay put and have a lot of fun.
It's every single time anybody has said that my laugh or my stream has brought positivity to their day, there's nothing better that anybody could ever say to me. I don't ever care to be a big streamer. I just want to make people happy. And so anytime I get complimented on my laugh and how my laugh is bringing other people joy, I'm going to keep going live and laughing.
Take the W.
Yeah. I it's and my laugh has been something even on games still, like, you get those people that really make fun of you for your laugh, but you have to I think I've gotten to a point now where I get so much love for it that I'm not self-conscious about my laugh anymore.
Yeah,
I just let it go. I don't try to hold it
own
back.
it, own it. So, one of the things that I kind of wanted to ask you is, how did you come up with your name, Package Punch?
So when I first started gaming, my gamer tag was Stricken September, and it was really hard for people because it didn't have any vowels or anything. Nobody could say my name. Uh, so it was it was very complicated, and so I went on this like whole journey of wanting to create a name that I could, because I did used to stream on Mixer,
Oh, I started over
and
there.
I started on Mixer as Package Punch. So when I first started wanting to stream on Mixer, that's where I was really trying to come up with a name. And I originally wanted Crumbs on the Carpet, but that was too long. I wasn't allowed to have it with Xbox.
Yeah,
Um, so my son at the time, he was 2 or 3, toddler. We always had this joke that we would do with his dad at the time, and it was kind of like the Street Fighter fighting style, and I would teach him to punch his dad in the balls and go package punch, kind of like one of the Street Fighter characters.
oh no.
um and that just kind of became my name. I thought it was really fitting, um that I am a girl and I kind of will like shit on some guys sometimes, like,
Of course.
so. And then it just kind of, I think it flowed really well, and then now everybody just calls me Pee, so there's that.
Yeah, I remember that one as well. I was like, wait a minute. Uh, that's kind of funny and nasty at the same time. Eh,
I
probably
think it's
something she
hilarious.
accepted it.
I really embrace the Pee part. Sometimes I'd rather they call me Pee. Like some some people I stream with will call me Punchy or Punch. I love it when they call me Pee. I think it's hilarious. It makes me laugh. When you do it open mic, it makes other people uncomfortable, which makes me laugh even harder. So I love it. And that's, yeah, that's how. And now it does get mistaken for Call of Duty. It has no affiliation with Call of Duty. It literally was just teaching my kid punch his dad in the balls.
Okay, so uh, the first thing that I kind of uh, thought of was your intro should be the Ace Ventura, the first thing that happened, the first scene of Ace Ventura is when he's running around with the package that he was, and he's kind of like smashing it and kicking it and stuff like that. And that
I
should be
honestly
your like intro when before you start. And that was kind of like the thing that popped up in my head when I was looking at your name first time, and when, it was
I
like,
might take that from you.
do it. It's on me.
I think that's a great. I never thought about that. I do have like a gaming intro, but because I've started adding more variety, I didn't want my gaming intro to be just um, Sea of Thieves. So I think Ace Ventura sounds like a great idea. I think that would be epic.
That should be awesome, especially if you're. She will be right back, and then he, he's kind of walking with a.
Yes.
Did you order a package punch?
I'm
Oh,
gonna get somebody to do some like voiceovers too.
yeah, it should be really easy to do that with AI or
Oh, that's
ChatGPT or something like
true.
that. So
That's
that should be fun
true.
as hell. So one of the things that you usually play Sea of Thieves, right?
I do, yes.
How did you get into Sea of Thieves?
Oh, my love story with Sea of Thieves. So I originally played Sea of Thieves. It was given to me and I hated it. Absolutely hated it. I was like, this game is trash. And I put it back. At the time, I was a diehard Apex Legends player. I played Apex like 6 hours a day. Um, and then at the time, a brother in law gave me the game again. And I was like, I don't want this game. It's trash. Don't give this to me. And he's like, well,
Again?
yeah, because I had it as like a free trial for the first
Ah,
one.
okay, okay.
And then he actually gave me the whole game. And I was like, I don't want this game. And he's like, well, it's yours now. So you could play it or not play it. I don't care. I was like, fine. So I started playing again and I still didn't love it. And then I open crewed. And a lot of people will talk shit about open crews. But when you find the diamond on open crews, you find just the right group of people. It was so welcoming. It was hilarious. Um, and it kind of just drew me in. And then I spent the next like 6 months doing open crews. I didn't have any friends that played Sea of Thieves. And I'll tell you what, I met the worst and the most amazing people in this community that it just like hooked me. And then I met the costume geek, and her and I created a love story of fishing and jiggling. And Sea of Thieves will forever just have my heart now.
So, one of the people in the chat is talking about your hair. They love it.
Thank
Uh,
you.
it looks awesome. So,
Thank you. Six and a half hours.
worth it. Did you get anything from Costume Geek? I know she designs some stuff like books and a hat, and she's like very into cosplay and stuff like that. Are you as
She
well?
is. I admire the cosplayers. I want to be a cosplayer so badly. I am just not creatively gifted. My hair is the most creative thing about me.
I was
Um,
about to say about your hair, but
so I have great ideas. Okay, I have great ideas. I'm just not good at executing them. But I do have a cosplay dream planned. It
okay.
probably will be a disaster. But I am going to take my community on the journey of me learning how to make my first cosplay.
Oh, that's awesome.
So that will probably start in the next few months or so.
It would be funny if can you make the chat clip every time you do something wrong or something funny, and then clip it up as a blooper video
Oh,
of
that would be
everything.
genius.
That would be funny as hell.
It might be a full length motion picture though at the end of it.
Kind of
I
half of the things are kind of burning down and stuff like that.
I might start a fire. We don't know what's gonna happen. I'm definitely not talented like the costume geek. I don't have any of her products just because of international shipping.
Sure,
It becomes a little pricey, and I want to pay her what she's worth.
of course.
Um,
At the same time,
but
you should also have think about thinking outside the box, or maybe inside the package. Uh, think about everything that you got around you. A lot of people are willing to give away a lot of stuff just
Mhm.
because you're on this journey.
Yeah,
Think about it when you're doing this your first trying.
yeah. I will definitely have to. I am going to pick Costume Geek's brain a little bit. But I am doing a cosplay outside of Sea of Thieves. I am going to be doing a Pokemon cosplay. Um, so
What kind of Pokemon is it?
well, I'm gonna do one of the trainers. Her name is Iono. She's this. She's actually a streamer in Pokemon World. Like so,
Yeah.
her trainer is she's actually a streamer, but she's just like this reminds me a lot of myself. Like she's got these sharp teeth. She's got like this little monstery goth vibe, but she's like really cutesy and pink and with colored hair. So that's my goal. We'll see.
Awesome. Uh, Make sure to update us as well. That will be fun on coming on that
I'm
journey.
gonna we're gonna stream the whole thing. I'm in the process right now of getting IRL stream set up. So stream is coming with me on the shopping. We're gonna be doing all of the crafting, all of the uh mistakenly cutting. Who knows? We'll see what happens.
Meh,
But
let's just go with the flow and see what happens.
Mhm.
Awesome.
Yes.
So, can you kind of recollect one of your favorite memories or a crazy moment that happened during your stream that you will never forget?
I think my very first um sub bomb, I guess. I was doing a stream and I am a person that even though I'm a streamer, I'm not used to people giving to me or in real life or on stream. I'm just not used to people caring about me in that way. And my first time, oh, I don't even remember how many it was now, but I feel like I was getting like over 50 subs.
That's awesome.
Um, just in a train. I cried so much. Um, and then it kind of catalyst to this community that I have now, and I have gone through a divorce during my streaming journey, and I don't know if I would have made it out of my divorce as I did without my community. My community was my lifeline multiple times. There were days where I just was like, I don't even want to get out of bed. Um, but I did. I would get out of bed just to stream. And if you go on my channel, you'll see so many clips of me just sobbing, telling my community how much I love them because I am a very emotional person. I laugh loud, I cry loud. I am just you as much as I thought I could hide my emotions, I cannot. So everybody sees it all. It's all on my stream. I am probably one of the most transparent streamers out there. Like I have no problem telling anybody, "Hey, we're depressed today." And that's okay. We're going to just keep moving on and the your community just they're like your family eventually and I'll never forget the first time I got all of those subs and that kind of like was the catalyst to these feelings with these people that are strangers, but I still love them so much.
Yeah. Have you met any of your people somewhere else, or did you get recognized?
I've never been recognized like IRL. I have been recognized in game by my laugh. And then I have met up with community members outside of the game. Um, I had a group of people come to Vegas to hang out with me. And then just I am sure Costume Geek talked about it. There's Sot Fest,
Yeah.
Fest of Legends. I don't know which one's which, but there's a Sot Fest and there's a Fest of Legends.
So
I went
she was
to
talking about Southfest.
okay, so in the US there's Fest of Legends.
Yeah.
So it's just like Sot Fest, but in the US. So I went to Fest of Legends last year. And I got to meet a lot of really amazing people and um, other streamers in the community. And that was really, really inspiring for me as well.
That's awesome. So, um, one of the things that I kind of wanna everybody else to experience is the way that different streamers prepare for a stream, different
Mhm.
the different types of preparations. How do you prepare for a stream night or a stream evening or? A stream.
So I comb my hair because before stream, it's just a big mess. And then I honestly put music on really, really loud. So my entire starting soon scene that I have, I'm here. I'm just listening to music really loud and dancing a little bit. I like to just kind of get my energy back up because I do stream after my day job. So I kind of have to shake off that stuff as best as I can. And then I just go live. But music and dancing
That's awesome.
is my answers for everything.
Do you ever plan your streams? Like
I
today, I want to do something specific, like challenge, or I want to talk about specific stuff, or anything like that.
It's very rare that I do that. I do plan who I'm streaming with. That's usually planned a week or 2 weeks in advance. I like to have my days scheduled out because I am not able to stream as much as full time streamers. But in regards to what we do, I don't usually have plans for that unless it's like a subathon, a charity event, something specific. Then I know that I'm going for that.
Awesome. You were talking about charity, but what kind of charities have you done so far?
So I've done St. Jude. We've done
It's a hospital, right?
yeah, St. Jude is a children's hospital, mostly for cancer patients, but they're actually an amazing charity that they house the children and their families and make they don't have any bills after. It's a really, really great charity, which I am going to be participating in again next year, a bigger stream for it. Um, I've participated in a charity for the Polaris Project, which is a human trafficking charity to raise awareness for human trafficking. That is a pretty big problem out here in Las Vegas. Um, so that's one's like really close to my heart. And then we've done a couple of charities for, um, forgive me, I don't know the name right now, but it's basically like games for hospitals.
Okay,
So
okay,
they bring video games and board games to kids in the hospital. So we raised money for that as well.
that's awesome.
hmm and then I'm gonna be doing the Polaris project again. I'm gonna do it for all of November for my birthday this year.
That is really it's really good causes as well.
Thank you. I'm a sucker for things that are like impact me personally.
Sure.
So St. Jude specifically, like I have my kids and I couldn't imagine what these parents go through when their children are sick.
Yeah.
We do have a local St. Jude compound, I guess. It's kind of like it's like a neighborhood. So they all have all their houses and then they have the hospital.
Yeah.
So we have one of those just outside of Vegas in a small city. So that one's really important to me too. And then, I was attempted to be trafficked. So Polaris Project is really important to me because I don't think people realize how prominent sex trafficking is,
And widespread
especially in
as
the
well.
US. Yes. Um, and Las Vegas is actually one of the highest places in the United States for sex trafficking. Um, and I think it's a charity that not a lot of people talk about. Or you'll see lots of streamers do St. Jude's. You'll see lots of streamers do the children hospitals. Um, Polaris Project. It took a lot of digging for me to find a reputable charity that does this type of work. So I feel very strongly about them.
Have you been talking to them as well in
Nope, I just
like
do it on my own.
communicating?
No, I probably should, but I haven't. I really just kind of because Tiltify has like links where you could just partner with this charity and it goes directly to them. So I've
Sure.
just done it that way so far. And I think part of it is I just don't feel like I'm big enough yet to really, create a
Movement behind
brand
it, or
partnership.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Okay,
But I am working on it. It's something I would love to be able to create a huge awareness and a big donation for the Polaris project.
sure. And I think that especially if you're involved in it couple of times, they'll probably see it as well because they're
Yeah.
getting the information back to them as well.
Mhm.
So it wouldn't hurt to reach out because
Yeah.
you will also get another type of spread
Mhm.
through them as well.
Yeah.
So
That's true.
there should be some priority to actually keep in touch and talk to them. I
Yeah,
think
you're
it will benefit both of you.
I think you are right. I'll add that. I'm going to add Ace Ventura and reaching out. You're full of great ideas. I love
Thanks.
this.
So, how important is the chat interaction for during your streams? Uh, does your community influence you to how you play, for example?
Yes. So, couple of things. So, chat interaction is probably my main priority when I stream. Um, People that I stream with know I may like if we're not in the current moment of a heavy fight, I will often just kind of like just stand there because I'm busy talking to my chat.
Of course,
I would rather focus on chat than the game. Because that's the reason I stream. I stream for these people. I don't stream for recognition. I stream to be with them. And yes, my chat is able to control my gameplay. So I do have channel redeems for them. They often like to hinder my gameplay.
uh,
Um,
what what kind what kind of third party add-ons do you use to alter your game through your points, for example?
so I don't really have any third party altering of games. Like I don't do sounds or anything like that. All of my channel points will be like things that will affect me actually. So I have I can't use certain keys. They can choose whatever they want for me to not
Oh,
use.
okay, okay.
I also have recently upgraded my setup to be a stand up desk. So my chat can make me start standing while I'm in the middle of gaming. So I have to stand. They can make me squat. I have where they can make me walk on a treadmill while I'm gaming for 20 minutes.
Oh my god, that
Um,
would be funny as hell, especially if
it's,
you're doing like FPS stuff.
yeah, it's hard. So they, I think they mostly use the stand up one because it is harder to play standing up than it is sitting at your desk.
Of course.
And then they like to ban keys quite often.
Oh,
Um,
that
I
would be
used to
so
have
much fun.
like they I used to have a couple of redeems where they just made me jump off a boat. Like it didn't matter what I was doing, I had to get off the boat. Um, so I know a lot of people use like blurps and stuff that sounds.
I use a lot.
I am very sensory. So like if things started like screaming at me, like I would probably get a headache.
Yeah, yeah, of
So
course. And
I do them for like subathons or charity as rewards. But I think on a normal basis, I might go crazy.
I actually use something called Lumia, and
Okay.
the what it does is that you have a possibility to do either through your channel points or through like bits,
Okay.
and it's you have to open it and make it like correct. If you have multiple screens, you have to make a correct screen that will be affected. So a lot of times I'm usually playing like Call of Duty or Fortnite and stuff like that. So if people are using those, especially like Pedro with the uh, gray, what's it called? Raccoon? He's kind of like digging it and stuff like that, and he's going around and round
Okay.
while the song Pedro is on at the same time, and I can't hear anything and I can see anything. And usually they are using that one, or they are using like wiping the screen with a white rag, so I can
Oh,
see shit. I mean, I can be in a fight and I can see anything. It's
that's
hilarious. Most
amazing.
of the times it may, one big fault that is on me is that I get to have people that have been in my stream for a very long time. So they have like 300,000 points. Some of them.
You're gonna be in trouble with that many points.
Oh, it's horrible. I mean, I could put it on like 10,000 points if I wanted to, and they still can do it like 300 times or whatever. It's ridiculous, but it's actually funny because they like the way that it kind of bugs me at the same time. We are creating something for the memories, and they are really good at clipping it at the right moment.
That sounds
So it's a lot
amazing.
of fun. It's a really good recommendation if you want to try it as well, especially if you're
I'm just
playing
gonna
on.
steal all your ideas. Your
Do it.
ideas are just so good.
So if you're playing Sea of Thieves, for example, maybe some pirate will pop up and say, "Hey, what are you doing right now? I don't know. Maybe you should sail instead of looking at me." I, I mean, I got a lot of ideas, and most of them are really wacky. So it
I
would
love
be,
wacky.
yeah. uh, are you short form content or long term goal as a streamer?
What is my long-term goal?
Yeah.
Um, I would I it's kind of a confusing thought process for me. Because I don't really want to be super big. I want to grow as a streamer, but I kind of want to get to like mid-level streamer.
Okay.
Where I would love for my community to like average at around 100 viewers. And that's where I kind of want to stay. I don't want to get to the thousands because streaming to me is most important to still interact with chat. And I think when you get 500, 1,000, I think it's really difficult to
It's
really make
hard.
that connection with your fans or your community or your just anybody. Um so I'm not sure if I really want to like go for partner or anything. I just know I would like to get to where obviously you want to make money streaming. So I'd like to be able to make a good part-time income streaming and just get to like 100 viewers. And then I could just stay right there and just be best friends with everybody that's in chat.
Yeah. So I'm sorry. Uh, one of the things that I usually talk about with the other streamers is how much work it is behind the scenes. After you've been streaming for 4 hours, usually now it's a lot easier because if your stream or if your community is clipping it, they have a possibility to clip it for you, and then you can just go into the clips and sending them out directly.
Yes.
Back then, you needed to first download it and then edit it and then stuff like that. So it's becoming more easy and more available for everybody, especially if they're playing through console. They don't have so many options as well. But how how much time do you use behind the scenes, and how much time do you spend on short form content creation, depending on short form or long form?
Not enough. I think I'm very aware of the work that needs to be put into it. And I've started kind of laying the groundwork. So I kind of have a path for me right now to begin doing that. I do post clips and stuff. And I am notorious for telling my chat, if you guys don't clip it, there will be nothing uploaded. So um but I am trying, I really focused on I took a step back from streaming this past year, where I was still streaming, but my priority was my mental health. And now that I'm in a better situation, I've kind of started branch working. And I think it takes, for me personally, I spend about 2 hours directly after stream, like networking, making shorts, um, figuring out what kind of content I want to make for TikTok. And I'm not the best at it yet. I still am I'm a big slacker. So I know where I need to go, and I know I'm trying to create a path for myself to get there. Um, I really would like to learn editing because I would like to establish myself on YouTube as well. Uh, so I'm in the process of trying to learn how to edit my videos.
Awesome.
But I do think the new integrations that Twitch has made for clips and uploading, like you can upload your shorts onto YouTube and TikTok immediately right now if
And
you don't
Instagram
really
right
care
now,
for
right?
editing. That one I don't know because I don't
Yeah, I
have
think they
Instagram for
added
my
it.
gaming. Did they just add Instagram?
Yeah, like a couple of months
Um,
ago.
yeah. So see, it's they've made it incredibly easy if as long as you just have your clips.
Sure.
Um, and for me personally, I kind of really want to establish more content than just clips. So that's I've been trying to work on, like pushing myself to get out there a little bit more and like show myself. It's kind of the same process I did with streaming. Of I take my baby steps and see that rejection's not scary. I'm okay, and then more content comes.
Awesome. I think it's very important as well for your branding and the way to express yourself to see new type of audience coming in and talking to you. So it's really important, especially for small streamers that want to establish new connections and get more views on themselves, especially if you're streaming on, for example, Twitch. It's really hard to get recognized or really hard to get noticed unless people are literally going, oh, let's see what this one is doing, and going through like browsing or getting recommended or getting rated by someone.
Yes. I think the most underrated promotion and way of growing as a streamer is networking.
Yeah.
It has been um, my biggest focus since I started streaming, of just organically networking. So you find people that fit your style, that you vibe with, and you go into their chats. And you don't go into their chats hoping for a follow for follow. You
Oh
genuinely
my
make
god, don't.
connections with people, and those people in their chats, those other streamers, they will all start to eventually recognize your name. So when you start getting those raids back or they just see you live, more people are inclined to come and check you out because they have seen your name so much or they've made a connection with you in another chat.
Yeah, exactly. And I think that especially if you're new as a streamer, make sure the amount of time that you're spending in someone else's stream will also get you noticed by the people within the chat,
100%.
which will also generate more viewers for you when you go live instead of just being there and literally saying to yourself, I'm not good enough.
Yes.
You won't be good enough if you're not doing the work. It takes
Mm-hmm.
a lot of time and preparations and will to even be considered. And then if you're streaming and you're getting like people within the chat, make sure to answer them. I myself, I suck at it. That's why I have like a TTS all the time on, because my mods, God bless them. I mean, they are really good at connecting with the chat at the same time and making sure that I will see it, but it will take some time because he's really in the fight right now, and usually he takes a little bit time. He's kind of slow, so make sure to just wait for him. He will be back after these commercials, and they start making jokes about me and stuff like that. So it's really fun hanging out with the community that actually appreciate it. So
Yeah, I think there's been a lot of times where I've met people on the seas who are like, "Oh, I'm trying to stream. Like, how did you get to so many followers?" And it's I tell them 100% I think any of my growth has been organic through interactions in the game or networking through other chats. I am very, very poor with social media. So I tell everybody, like, if you don't know any of the other streamers playing the game that you're playing, you're doing something wrong.
yeah,
You should be friends with everybody that streams your game that you're playing, especially if you're playing a game that's slightly smaller like Sea of Thieves. You should at least be making an appearance in everybody's chats. If you're sitting at one viewer, you're not talking to enough people.
yeah, absolutely, and I think it's a very good way to uh, evolve as a streamer and as a one piece of a community that is greater than yourself or
Hmm.
your surrounding. Um, they're asking who am I talking to? I'm talking to Package Punch. She is a awesome streamer from US, and we are talking about how it is to be a streamer. So one of the things that kind of hit me the most, first time ever that I went in and tried to stream Sea of Thieves. I went in with a friend. He was really into it, and he just wanted me to try this new game that I haven't played before. So I downloaded it and I tried it, and then I had like four viewers the whole time. All of a sudden,
Hmm.
I get a raid from one of the biggest streamers in Twitch for Sea of Thieves. He came in with like 2,500 people or something like that. I almost broke down. My
Hmm.
computer almost broke down because it took me almost like 45 seconds to even to react. I had like pings that were going off because people were following me and stuff like that. And I was like, "Oh, thank you
Hmm.
so much for following," and then just continue playing because the whole brig was on fire at the same
Yeah.
time. So I was like, "I'm just scooping up water. I don't know what the hell I'm doing right now." And he was kind of like yelling at me, "Look at the chat, dumb shit." So one of the things that is very important is to be grateful for the people who are taking their time to come in and actually raid you or talk to you and stuff like that. Uh, one of the things that I wanted to ask you is you've been streaming for quite some time, right? Because
Yep.
Mixer didn't die out
So
yesterday.
I no, but I did stop streaming once Mixer left. I stopped streaming for 5 years. So I've been streaming on Twitch. This will be my third year streaming on Twitch.
Okay, okay. That's a shame because Mixer kind of died out in like 2015, 2016, maybe.
It was right at the end of 2016.
Yeah. So
Mhm.
right after that, we're kind of everybody moved back to Twitch for because if you're doing stuff on console,
Mhm.
the only way to stream was to Twitch after that,
Yes.
and you had Facebook, you had YouTube, you had like Facebook, YouTube, and Twitch, and that's it. You didn't have any
Yeah.
more. Trovo, I think, came out slightly after that. I, it was like a copy of Twitch. Let's try to make it.
Okay.
It was like some version of Kick, but it never. It kind of fell apart. It
Okay.
didn't flow all the way through. So, what's the best and hardest thing about streaming in front of an audience?
Criticism for me. Uh
Criticism.
yeah, I struggle with um not being good enough. So it's my own personal feelings. So when first started streaming for other people, like if I would get feedback of like, "Oh, you're shit at the game," or like you're just trash. It took a lot out of me. I would cry on stream all the time. My mods would be like, "It's time for you to end stream now," because I would just be crying. Um, but I think the longer you're doing it, thicker skin you get, and I'm okay with it now. I handle criticism much better. Um,
Screw you,
but I think
everybody!
it's
I
still
fucking hate you, everybody. No, I'm just joking.
don't hate me.
She went from like crying the first time to I hate everybody. You want to come fight me then?
uh yeah, so now I think the toughest part for me is I have the toughest time streaming when there's lack of chat. So
Okay.
chat will be there, but I stream at night. So it is, everybody's dinner, winding down for the night. So chat is generally pretty quiet.
Yeah.
Um, and I think that is my biggest challenge with streaming right now because it makes you feel like, does nobody like me? Like, why is nobody talking?
Why are you
um,
hating me?
right. And I think for newer streamers, they forget like that those people are your lurkers, and your lurkers are your lifeline on Twitch.
Yeah.
Your lurkers are the foundation of your stream. They are the ones that will keep you going because the chatters will come. They'll chat for a whole bunch for a few minutes and then they disappear again. But it's your lurkers that are there. They're the real ones, I call them. They will be with you even if they're not chatting. They're busy. They have you up in your background. They are there for you, and you just got to get like past those thoughts.
Yeah. I think that uh I get somebody's writing in the chat. I get so uncomfortable when I get criticism. I can so relate to the what she's saying about nobody writing anything.
Because you
So
kind of get into your head when nobody writes anything. You're just like, and then when you're streaming with other people, sometimes, like, well, I personally will have the other person I'm streaming with on the screen. So you see their chat super active and you're like, wah, wah, wah. But it's never a personal thing. And I think that's something that we have to work on getting out of our heads about is sometimes we just have quiet chats and sometimes chat will pop off and it's just you got to just roll with either way.
yeah, absolutely, and I think that uh, one of the things that kind of got executed in the last couple of years was the collaboration part on Twitch, where you can co-stream with together, either
Mm.
with cameras or sharing screens and stuff like that. So it's a really good way to uh, pull some strings and actually get new viewers through each other by doing collaborations together and stuff like that. So that is a really important piece of getting more viewers at the same time, getting successful and actually having fun together. Because once you do the thing that you do together, you have a possibility to make that into clips making to new content, because you can see both of streamers like reactions, faces, and it gets even more fun that way, I think.
Yeah.
Especially if you're having a like a soulmate within the games, because once somebody starts off with something funny, the other one can't stop laughing, and that's
Me.
the most part that is kind of like most precious to actually execute on TikTok or Instagram or
Yeah.
YouTube or whatever, because that's kind of glowing through to the audience that actually are looking through their eyes,
Hmm.
if you know what I mean.
No, yeah, I totally know what you mean. I haven't had the chance to do any collaborations where we shared, where we were able to combine our cameras or anything. I've done a few of the collabs where we shared chat. I do think we should be careful of the shared chat unless you know the other community.
Of course.
Um, so there's been a couple of times where I've gone with communities that, like, my communities, we're degenerates. So, sometimes we'll share a chat with people that are a little bit more wholesome, and we don't belong in the same chat together.
Of
So,
course, at the same
it's
time,
important.
the collaborations that are usually people that you know and have a kind of idea of how they will react with your chat. So
Yeah.
a lot of times, if you're doing with somebody, don't do it with somebody who you don't know. Make sure to do
Right.
it with somebody who you actually enjoy spending time and talking to people, and their chat are kind of similar to yours and stuff like that. So it's
Yeah.
really important. Uh, what advice would you give someone who wants to start streaming but don't know where to begin?
You begin by pressing go live.
Yeah, of course. Is there
Um,
anything else that you want to start? If I was supposed to start streaming for like I haven't streamed before, what would you give? What kind of tips would you give me as a new streamer?
kind of what I touched on before is I really like I'm showing my son how to start streaming right now. And he's really nervous, and I really focus on just telling him, like, look, the most important thing is to foster your community. You want to make sure if somebody comes in, because when you first start out, like, it's very rare that somebody comes in, but when they do come in, you have to make them feel welcome into your chat.
Of course,
And so I think being yourself, I think it's really important. I think a lot of people I've noticed, newer streamers, they aren't themselves. They try to put on a front, they try to be cooler than they really, than who they are. And eventually, like, all of those onion layers, they all come off eventually. You become who you are. People will see you. And I think if you're genuine, you're going to be able, you could not do anything and you'll still be able to create a small community as long as you are yourself. You are engaging with your chat and with whoever comes into your chat. I think the biggest advice I would give smaller streamers that I think even big streamers are failing at right now is when you get a raid, it doesn't matter if you're getting a raid of 500 people, 1,000 people, or a raid with one person. You treat every single raid exactly the same. You show the same level of excitement. You welcome in the new raiders. I don't care if it was just themselves, just another streamer raiding in with no viewers. You still welcome them. You be excited that they're there. And all of that will reflect on you as a person and in your community and as a game. They're going to be more enticed to raid you again. I think so many times I've seen other streamers fail at that, where they'll go crazy over this 100 person, 100 viewer raid that comes into their channel. They're like, oh my God, thank you so much. And then someone will raid with 3 people and they're like, hey, thanks for the raid. Like, you need to show the same level of hype no matter who comes into your chat. And that will do wonders for you.
Yeah, of course. And I mean, the even if you're getting like 1 or 1,000 people who are coming in, you should be at least thankful or at
Yes.
least react to the amount of people that are actually taking their viewers with them and giving it to you. So this is maybe somebody who needs more viewers, or this is a creator who I just met. I want you guys to get to know them, or this is a fun person that you would like to. I would like to share with you, and this is kind of like the preparation that I do with my chat before I read onwards to other people, and because
Mhm.
I want them to also not just if just if I'm starting to get tired, I will end the stream and I will read over to somebody else. I will hang on in the chat at the same time as I'm preparing to go to sleep. But at the same
Right.
time, I will introduce people who are coming from my chat and talk to my people at the same time to get the ball rolling.
Yeah, that's really great. I don't think enough people do that either.
No, and I think it's important because it gets attention both to the streamer and at the same time it gets attention to you as well, because the
Mhm.
people that are in the chat are actually looking forward to see who is coming in. Sometimes it's understandable. You've been streaming for 4.5 hours. You just want to go to bed. It's like
Mhm.
2 a.m. in the morning and you just want to go to bed. That's fine.
Mhm.
But at least go in, say hi, and I hope your stream will go well, and just say goodnight. That's it.
Yeah.
You don't have to do much more.
Yeah.
But make sure to interact with either the chat or the streamer that you actually rated.
100% agree.
One last question is how do you deal with negative comments or trolls that is are that are coming into your chat?
I used to cry. Um but now I think it gets to a point where I will allow I'll talk shit with them back for a while. If it really starts to bother me, we ban them.
Yeah,
But I will sit there and I'll talk shit back. I'll be like, they'll be like, "Oh, you suck at the game." I'm like, "Yeah, I know I suck at the game. You're here watching me though." So you kind of just gotta shit with them back. And I think a lot of the times, once you've established a community, even your lurkers will come out of lurk and your chat defends you.
yeah. At the
Um,
same time, some some of the trolls or
mhm,
some of the attemptive trolls usually just want to connect with people, and the way that they want to connect is the only way that they knew how to connect is to either be a troll or either say some comment that will get a reaction. And after
mhm,
initial reaction, they usually stay because either they're having fun or either they're trying to make a point.
yes,
And if you're not bothered enough to sustain that communication and being allowed to speak freely, unless it's like breaking the rules from the chat. That's
right,
some of the things that the kind of important when you start streaming. Make sure that your rules in the chat are visible, especially for new people who are coming in. And
Well, I think it's you have to remember as a streamer that the trolls are also giving you content, and if their behavior really is not affecting you, if it's just like annoying, let them be annoying, because them in your chat, them watching you, they're paying you. Like, their viewership is giving you ad revenue. It is giving you viewership. It is good for you. So if you can handle their annoyingness, let them be annoying. I had someone that came into my chat, and for over 5 months, every single time I stream, they would come in and be like, ban me now. Like, just ask to be banned. And I'd be like, no, I can't ban you. I love you. 5 months of this. And you gotta just, you just let it happen
we're
unless it's something like you said, it breaks your TOS, it is really derogatory, then you can just ban them at that point. But if they're just mildly annoying, let them get you some money.
it's more fun that way as well, because
Content.
especially if you're nagging on your way of playing. uh,
Mhm.
I I'm kind of a odd bird when it comes to Fortnite, or when it comes to Warzone, for example. I don't use weapons usually. I use cars and stuff to kill people with. So
Okay.
it's very funny when people are coming in and saying that you're sucking at it, at the
Uh-huh.
game, at the same time as I'm killing people with my car, and not using weapons and stuff. And it gets hilarious because I want to. Usually, I want to go out and try to challenge them. Want to come in and play with me, and we will do a duel where we will
Mhm.
do duos, and the the most kills that you will do with a car wins. All right.
Okay.
And if they do it, if they're actually dumb enough to do that, at the same time they know that this is kind of my stuff to do, they're they're really good at the game, or they will totally fail, and they will have something to talk about. At the same
Mhm.
time, I'm making content. I don't care.
Right.
I will exploit that. But at the same time, it's kind of a lot of people, especially in the beginning. I was doing a lot of Fortnite because that was kind of popular. I started Fortnite at the first season before the season one, so
Okay.
that's kind of it used to be my forte.
Mhm.
I used to play Battlefield. I used to play a lot of different kind of games, but usually I came back to Fortnite because as soon as I started playing Fortnite, people are coming into my chat, or people are wanting to react, or wanting to interact with me, and want to play with me. So we used to have tournaments that me and my buddy used to have tournaments and sit and talk about it, like commentary.
Right.
So we had collaborations through streams before the collaborations through streams became a real possibility.
Yeah.
So, what I'm saying is that make sure to have an open mind, even though it could be just a little kid that is misunderstanding the whole point, or maybe having a bad day and just wanna thrash out. That's totally fine with me. But
Yeah. And you have to remember, if they think you suck so bad, they're still watching you play.
you want me to suck in even more? Look at this. And I just jumped off a bridge and killed myself
Yeah.
just because of it.
Yeah, I would do that.
I would do that as well. Just to piss them off. It's so funny to
They'll
me.
just rage in your chat. It's great.
Yeah, and if I can do like anything else to even be even more annoying, I will,
Hmm.
because I will take advantage of it and I will make it into a content that I actually can use for
Yeah.
later.
And honestly, being unbothered by them being like, "Oh, you suck," be like, "Yeah, yeah, I do suck." Being unbothered will make them more upset than
Yeah,
you becoming upset.
yeah. Um, do you think there is like do you think there is a good balance between your private life and your stream life? Because you're working
Hmm.
100% at the
Yes.
same time as you're streaming like 50% or 100%. I don't know how
Hmm.
much time you actually put in to streaming,
Yes.
but how does that work with the balance between your personal life and your streaming at the same time?
I have trash balance. No balance. Um I think it is important to balance your stream life and your IRL life. Um I think maintaining relationships and touching some grass is very important. I think because I work full time, I'm trying to get creative with the way that I can create content while still balancing my personal life.
Sure.
And that's why I'm starting my IRL streams because I'm an avid hiker and I haven't been hiking because I'm like, I have to stream. I can't hike. Well, now stream's gonna come with me. So we're still gonna hike. So we have our personal things that make me happy, while also still getting in that stream time. So I think finding if you're working full time and you're streaming and you're trying to balance a streaming career at the same time, you have to get creative. You have to find those moments where you still have joy, where you're not just working, streaming, working, streaming. Um, and then once you find that, you'll be able to have a really good balance. So that's what I'm working towards.
Awesome. Uh, I mean, I did say that we were gonna do like 45 minutes to an hour, and we just hit over an hour right now. So uh,
We're right on track.
we're right on track. I just don't want to take up more of your time than necessary. So, is there anything else that you want to share with the podcast about
um,
your streaming journey?
not necessarily about my streaming journey. I just really want to encourage anybody that is even thinking about streaming to really just do it. Like, I know that it can be scary. I know that it can be overwhelming. But you're not expected to just be this professional looking streamer right away. You can start with no camera. You can start with just going live and being your own personality. And I think I would love to see more people just trying. If it's something that you feel like you want, please just go live. Go live with no camera, go live with just your personality and let us enjoy you. And I think a lot of people will I think it's time we have some more variety in streaming, more people. I know everybody thinks the streaming market is flooded, but I think there is enough community, there's enough content, there's enough love out there for every one of us. We will all have our own niche.
Niche.
Um, so you just got to find the joy in doing it. Don't put pressure on yourself. Don't look at your viewers. I also big tip for streamers. Uh, don't turn your viewer count off.
Yeah.
You got to pretend you were streaming to 100 people every day. You never look at how many people are in your views, and then you'll succeed that way. And I would really like to see more people jumping into the things that they feel like would bring them happiness that they want to try. And you can always send me a DM if you need more tips or anything like that. I'm always available to anybody who has questions.
Awesome. Thank you so much. Can you one of the things that I were talking about before is would you recommend some other streamers to do this podcast and talk about how they did on their journey?
So I kind of want to recommend two streamers for you, if that's okay.
Yeah,
I think on a very high level, someone that he has built his stream from like a cardboard box to one of the biggest streamers on Sea of Thieves now, and it's IDBZ. He is like the epitome of what I think a streamer should be. He genuinely interacts with his community. He cares about his community. He is cracked at the game. But it's also nice because you get to see his improvements as he's gone. So he's gone from cardboard box. He is now a Twitch partner who, sits at few hundred viewers, and his journey and his success has been so well deserved. And he really is shows you that your hard work, you put the hours in, it will come back to you. um, and I also would like to recommend Thick Bash for a smaller streamer. His focus on mental health and helping people in the community foster mental health wellness and spreading awareness is really admiring to me. That he'd rather focus on one person and making sure they're good than having a million people in his stream. And I think that's really admirable, and his journey should be explained as well.
that's awesome. Tell everybody your handles for your Twitch stream, your TikTok, everything about yourself, so we can put it in the description and make sure to come in and check her out. Thanks so much
You
for
can
doing
find
this.
me you can find me on TikTok, Twitch, Instagram, but I don't post there. Twitter, all of it is Package Punch,
YouTube,
all one word. I do have a YouTube. It has like 5 shorts on it.
awesome. Uh,
But I'm there.
Awesome. Thank you so much for doing this. I really
Thank you for
appreciate it,
having
and
me.
I had a lot of fun talking to you. And
Thank you so much.
we've been talking about doing this for quite some time as well.
We have, yes. And I would love to do it again. Once
Absolutely.
my little setup is, finished.
Hell yeah. Let's do this. Uh, thank, thanks so much for doing this. I appreciate you. I appreciate everything that you're doing for the streamers, for the Twitch community, for your community, for everybody who wants to come in and see some pirates landing on shipwrecks and stuff like that. Make sure to come in and check out Package Punch. Thank you, everybody, and good night. Have a good one.
Bye.
Bye, everybody.